Away with Capone.
It's me again. It's T again.
Come on, and I'm back with another video. And today we're going to be doing a part 2 of comparing past and present footballers. You get me? So let's begin this one here, because this one is going to be a bit juicy, and trust me.
Right. So we'll do the one that we've been speaking about over the weekend.
Yeah, I would say so.
And considering you just watched the legend himself play, well, let's tackle this now.
This guy, but
So
we'll get
the past player is Paul Scholes, and the present player is KDB or Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah.
So now my thing is this, because I've been bantering with him and I've been saying that like KDB is way better and all that stuff. Now, alright, cool. I'm bantering, but where we disagree is I actually think there's a legit conversation for KDB being better. Mm-hmm. You know, he was telling me that one of his brethren said KDB's better, and he was almost saying,
one of my brethren's brothers.
Brothers, yeah, but
same thing.
Same thing. But he was basically saying KDB's better than Scholes, and he kind of phoned me to get my opinion, and I know that when he done it, he was almost doing it as a thing of like, how dare he think that? But I was saying to him, look, like, take the bias, take the iconism out of it. KDB, to me, is a more talented player. That's why I can see the argument. Mm-hmm. Is he better? It's debatable because more talented doesn't always equal better. So I get it. Of course. So I get it. And Paul Scholes is more iconic, had a better career, longevity. I actually get all of that. But if you're talking about solely who the better footballer is, to me, I think KDB is more talented, and so therefore I actually understand why he would say KDB over Scholes.
What I would say, even though I still think Paul Scholes is better, however, I'm not gonna totally rub out. You get me? Man's not gonna rub out Kevin De Bruyne like that, because you see, when it comes to first touch, close control, just athleticism in general. If you're talking about that, then yeah, KDB all day long. However, there's certain things that, to me anyway, that Scholes does for me that I don't think De Bruyne does like that. If that makes sense.
I hear you, but then I think KDB can do things that Paul Scholes can't.
Nah, I hear you. No, that's true.
Do you see what I mean? Yeah. I don't think Paul Scholes can carry the ball anywhere near KDB's level. Mm-hmm. I don't think Paul Scholes, and please take what I'm saying carefully.
Yeah.
I don't think Paul Scholes has the variety of passing that KDB has. I'm not saying he's a better passer. That's KDB's actual range of passing. In my opinion, Paul Scholes, a guy like Paul Scholes can't chat to him. That's just my opinion.
You see, when you say the variety of passes, though, even though I disagree that De Bruyne is better, I disagree with that. However, when you talk about the variety, I agree with what you're saying, because De Bruyne can do the outside foot thing. He can do the laces passes and make it look effortless.
He can do no look,
all of that.
He can reverse. He can do reverse passes,
bro.
Both feet,
trust,
cross. He can do basic whip, because we've seen him do that many a time. Mm-hmm. We've seen him do basic through balls. KDB's range for me is the look. I'm not saying Scholes don't have range, because he does. Mm-hmm. But I just think KDB's range is crazy. And if you want to talk about ball striking, I think they've got similar level ball striking like abilities. In terms of like long range and being able to score from anywhere on the pitch.
You know what?
I think it's similar. I don't think one is way better than the other.
No. It's not that far.
Because I've seen alright, cool. If you're talking solely volleys, I've seen Paul Scholes score more like volleys, like first time volleys.
Yeah.
But I've seen KDB score more free kicks. I've seen him score more long range shots as well.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. For me, it's very similar. That's what I mean. Ball striking to me is very similar, and I would like to know just how many goals and assists generally Paul Scholes was getting to KDB. And I know, cool, they're different kinds of midfielders. They had different roles, but
even then, to a degree, you can still compare them.
But we have to kind of put those things into perspective.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I get it though. Like Paul Scholes, he's I think what I will say is Paul Scholes is smarter. Paul Scholes is a smarter player. Paul Scholes, I think, retains the ball better. Like KDB because he's got that thing like Bruno, and I'm not comparing them because KDB's is levels above Bruno.
Yeah, of course. But you're saying in terms of what they do, yeah.
But KDB, like, he lacks ball security. As you know, as you know, when you've got midfielders that always want to pass forward, you're at risk of losing the ball. Easily. Do you know what I mean? And so KDB, there's enough times where you'll just see him. He's playing, and you'll just see him being careless with the ball. Yeah. But that's KDB's style. You see with Bruno always wants to go forward. Obviously, listen, football don't work like that. Sometimes you have to know when to play it to the side, release the ball, and just just do the simple things rather than just always
try and do that extra stuff.
Be Hollywood. But KDB will always want to do that. But that's his game style. So Scholes will look better and more tidy and all of that stuff. But I actually think in terms of just raw talent and what they bring to their team. Yeah. I'll go. I actually do think KDB's the more talented player.
And another thing that you need to mention is also talking about the times, isn't it? Because remember we was having that conversation.
Yeah, that's true.
You get me off camera.
Yeah.
Like from yesterday and like through the weekend in general, like you even said like football's changed drastically. The athleticism, all of that. You get me?
Pressing and things like that. What's demanded of a central midfielder today is completely different to what it was before. Before you could just sit deep and ping the ball. Now you have to be trying to press. You have to be winning the ball high up the pitch. You have to be tracking runners. You have to be carrying it 20, 30 yards often.
Facts. You're not lying, bro.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Back in the days, if you go and watch football, like just watch the highlights, you'll see they weren't really doing that.
Fam, like Premiership years and that 100.
And so listen. I don't want to rub off Scholes' thing because he's a legend. He's an icon. But I do feel like people just. I feel like because he's Mr. Manchester United, like Fergie and some of them other man, and he's done it for so long, and he has such a decorated career. Yeah, and. I feel like people kind of use that and just the fact that like, but everyone else supposedly rates him with all them fake quotes where everyone's saying he's the best.
I'm dying. Man said fake quotes. Bro, do you remember? Yeah, I can't remember who it was. Yeah, but do you remember when they asked Iniesta and Xavi? And it's not even that because
show me Iniesta saying that himself. I don't.
He has said that himself.
Where?
I forgot where I saw it, but when they quote what someone said.
But this is my point.
Yeah, go on.
Quotes can be. You can make up a quote.
No.
Yes, you can make.
No, yes, I know. I'm not saying you can't. You're not even trying to let me like.
Go on, man.
String two sentences, bro. You get me? Obviously, I understand quotes can get easily misinterpreted or like said wrong, but he did say that. You get me? Scholes is a good midfielder, and it's mad because they were even saying that the way Scholes plays for an English midfielder is not the same way Gerrard and Lampard are playing. I'm not comparing them, but I'm saying their styles.
Yeah.
Out of all the English midfielders, Scholes probably then, I don't know about now, but then was probably the only English midfielder that was doing that kind of tiki-taka pass and move sort of style.
Okay, cool. But my thing is, again, everyone's got all these supposed people saying that Scholes is great. Where's the evidence? And again, look, I'm running jokes and I'm bantering and stuff, but people use that, in my opinion, too much to try and enhance their Scholes narrative, and that's actually why I brought up, and I'm actually serious with that. I feel like a lot of people use the fact that Scholes is just somebody that people like, as a way of making him.
That doesn't mean he's better.
Yeah, as a way to make him seem better than he actually was. Yeah. Because it's kind of like, but Scholes is a legend. Yeah, but everybody wants to play like Scholes, supposedly. But what does that mean? That doesn't mean he's better than KDB. That doesn't mean he's better than half the people that he's apparently supposed to be better than. It doesn't mean that.
You know what? Yeah.
Doesn't mean that at all.
What you're saying, you got valid points in everything you mentioned in it. You get me? However, let's agree to disagree in it because we're not always going to agree in everything. Do you get it?
No, for sure. But at the same time, for me, this is just more about put the right respect on KDB's name.
Yeah. I'm not rubbing him out. Man's not rubbing out his thing.
And that's all it is. I feel like KDB and Scholes. There's a discussion. If someone says KDB's better than Scholes,
I wouldn't be angry.
there's a discussion.
Yeah, I wouldn't
like,
be
when people act like there's no discussion, KDB to me is the more talented player.
There is a discussion,
and that's
because it's not by far. But obviously, like I said, like, let's agree to disagree, innit? You get me? It's gonna happen. We're not all gonna agree on everything.
Facts.
You get me? Next person or next people who'd like to compare is Eto and Karen Benzema. What are you saying?
Yeah. So, you know what?
This one's a techie one, isn't it?
Yeah, because you know what, right? Eto is the better number 9, but like I've got a special place for Karen Benzema.
Facts.
I mean, he's actually like
100.
He's actually my Twitter name at the moment. No word of a lie. Like I've got a special place for Karen Benzema.
What are you saying? Grealish got dumped on that.
For now, Grealish, don't worry. Grealish, don't worry. Grealish, I got you. But
yeah,
I just saw Benzema doing.
He's very clutch.
Yeah, doing a madness.
Yeah, clutch player.
I had to kind of pick him. So
yeah.
Essentially, I would go Samuel Eto'o, but I'm not gonna lie. I prefer Benzema.
That's like me.
I prefer Benzema,
facts.
But no, but you can prefer somebody and recognise that
Exactly, that someone still support. Yeah, facts. And it's mad because the slander Karen Benzema gets here. It's mad because Karen Benzema has been a bad boy since Leon days.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah.
And people the only reason why people didn't take good notice of him is because
his numbers were down.
Exactly.
And that was due to him playing with Cristiano
Ronaldo. Thank you very much.
And having a completely different role. And now he's playing number 9. I'm so glad to see it.
Facts.
Now he's the main number 9. You see Benzema scoring goals and getting his numbers, and now people wanna rate him. For me, like, this part I don't really want to have an argument. For me, this is more about Benzema appreciation because we both pick Eto, we both recognise Eto's a legend, we both recognise he's better. That's fair enough. But this is just about, guys, stop the disrespect for Benzema, man. I see it all the time. He's not like this guy.
Benzema's a rude boy, you know.
He can't talk to this striker. He can't talk to that striker. Please, Benzema's done enough in his career for you to actually go. Do you know what? This guy's an all-time great. Do you know what? This guy is one of. This guy is
He's up there. You get me?
Don't put him here.
Yeah.
He's actually here. His career is
facts.
Nice.
It's true.
And he's been consistent for so long. And then you look at the fact that most people would crumble playing with Cristiano Ronaldo. He took a completely different role.
100%.
And was still, in my opinion, one of their best attackers.
Do you know why I make you right as well? Ronaldo's hindering Jadon Sancho's growth. Am I lying?
No. And to be honest, he's not just hindering Sancho. He's hindering United.
Facts.
He hindered Juventus as well. So these things happen, and I just feel like
that's very true. Actually,
I just feel like with Karen Benzema, I even saw someone the other day speaking about Benzema's stats and how he can't be the best because he had 5 league goals. And my thing is like, cool, you can have that opinion, but he wasn't a number 9, but he wasn't playing as number 9 at that point. So to try and use that argument, to try and use the argument to me isn't valid because guess what? He wasn't a number 9 at that time. Or his job in the team wasn't to be a number 9. Do you know what I mean? Since he's been a number 9, what's his numbers been? And that's the best way to judge him. When he's actually been allowed to be a central forward, what's his numbers saying?
Facts.
That's all it is.
Big facts. Talk your shit, bro. Talk your shit, man.
At the end of the day, I'm sick and tired. I am sick and fucking tired of seeing Karen Benzema slander. I'm sick and tired of seeing the disrespect.
Tell me about it, bro.
This is what it is. I'm not even getting into Samuel Eto'o because nobody disrespects Samuel Eto'o. But everybody wants to disrespect Benzema. So this whole thing's about Benzema.
The slander Benzema gets on Twitter, I don't understand it. I'm not even on Twitter, but you know when sometimes you go on Twitter and you see the searches and you see people typing in wildness, bruv. Yeah. Benzema's overrated. Benzema's this. Benzema's rated. Are you flipping nuts, bruv? Are you smoking rice pudding, bruv? My man said, not even my man, like people in general on Twitter are saying Benzema's not good. He's not putting it on. He's not putting on high numbers and that, bro. Benzema, not even just this season. The past, I would say, 4 seasons, especially, even though he was doing his thing before that, shows you what he's doing. Now that Ronaldo's left Real Madrid, even though he left Real Madrid time ago, who's carrying Madrid now?
Facts.
Benzema.
Facts.
You get me?
It's Karen Benzema's team.
Exactly.
Karen Benzema FC, you never know if can fuck off.
Word, fam. Let's not rub out his thing.
Yeah.
Let's put, if anything, let's put respect on his thing.
Respect on his name. So guess what? We'll pick Samuel Eto'o, but again, we don't need to get into it because everybody gives Samuel Eto'o his credit. This was a Benzema appreciation.
You know that. Facts.
Simple as. Let's move on.
Let's
move on. Who's the next one?
Cafu and Trent.
Cafu and Trent. Ooh.
This one's techie, you know. This one's techie still.
You know what? I'm actually thinking about it. It's like I think Cafu's better defensively so far from what I've seen.
Yes.
But I would pick Trent. I think
more to his game, innit?
Yeah, I think Trent's just because Trent isn't actually a bad defender. He isn't. I just think Cafu's a little bit more solid defensively. But what Trent's actually able to do from a fullback position.
Yeah.
I think maybe outside of Dani Alves potentially.
Yeah, Dani Alves is too smoky. Too smoky.
I think maybe outside of Dani Alves, and even then, I think Trent's able to knock on the door and talk to him. I don't really.
We saying he's in the same conversation, yeah?
I think so. I don't think there's.
You know what? I wouldn't be mad, even though Dani Alves is bad. I wouldn't be mad if he said what he said.
Yeah. Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? Right. I think with Trent and Alves, it's hard to set them on because Dani Alves has been doing it for so long. Yeah. Trent's still like young in his career, but I just think what Trent's doing, I don't really think we've seen a fullback really.
Like we said, football's changed.
Yeah, like the way Trent's able to impact a team now is crazy. But I think people forget Klopp built his whole system around Trent. Like that's unheard of. To build a whole attacking scheme around a fullback is particularly a 20-something plus fullback.
Facts.
It's crazy.
And it's mad, because you see Cafu's defending second to none. When it comes to defending, I don't think Trent can chat to him like that. However, and this is a very, very, very big however, when we're talking about going forward, Trent,
it's different level.
Different levels, bro. Different gravy, bro.
Different level. And the thing is, like, a lot of people get this thing twisted and make it seem like Trent is shit defensively. He's not shit defensively. Don't get me wrong. He
still does his job.
Yeah, he does his job. He has his howlers. He has his stinkers. But this notion that Trent can't defend is just a lie. Trent can defend. It's just that you'll see Trent. It's just that Trent will make mistakes, like most defenders. You see him out of position, like a lot of modern day defenders. But Trent can actually defend for the most part.
Okay, this one here. What are we saying? Who do you think was better? Or who do you think was better in their prime? Del Piero or Antoine Griezmann?
And that's a tough one.
Tough one, isn't it?
That is a tough one. I prefer Del Piero.
Same here.
I prefer
Come on. You know.
I prefer Del Piero.
Bad boy striker.
Yeah, but you know what? It's a good one because they both do that second striker thing amazing and but Del Piero just had too much sauce. Just too much Italian sauce, man.
He was one of them strikers. He's not just good in the air.
Yeah.
He can volley. He can take free kicks.
Techie
baller. Techie.
So I think with Antoine Griezmann, I think at times, even though he's a good player, I don't think he's got the same like he's techie, but he's got a different kind of tech. Like
I know what you mean.
Griezmann's tech is more about his positioning,
Facts.
spatial awareness, timing, rhythm, IQ, things like that. Whereas Del Piero is a little bit more of the kind of prototypical techie man, where great touch, skillful. Can take players on quicker. Do you know what I mean? So it's a different kind of tech, and I just prefer Del Piero because Del Piero I think was more consistent. I'm sure.
I was just gonna mention that.
I'm sure there was a period where Griezmann slightly bummed it out a bit. I think
that's what I'm gonna say.
I think it might have been Barcelona. My memory isn't good.
It's true.
I think it was Barcelona. I don't remember Del Piero really bumming out like that.
Because you see with Antoine Griezmann, he's one of those strikers. When he's on form, not many people can chat to him. However, when he's on bad form, he stinks out the place.
Yeah. I do remember Griezmann being a little bit bummy at Barca.
But
I don't necessarily think that's his fault. I just think maybe the tactics and the squad recruitment was just terrible.
So okay, cool. So you see how you mentioned that, Do you think ultimately Antoine Griezmann is more of a system player?
than Del Piero. Yeah, from what I can see and from what I can remember. Again, like I haven't seen Del Piero play for so long.
Yeah, same here.
But yeah, I would say that I do think Griezmann, sorry, to an extent, is a system player.
Would you call Del Piero Mr. Juventus? What you saying?
He was at the time. Though.
Yeah, at the time he was.
Like him and Nedved.
Him, Nedved. But then, do you know who doesn't? For me, that doesn't get enough ratings. David Trezegay. Yeah, so underappreciated, fam. It's unbelievable.
Very good finisher.
Very good finisher. And you see with Nedved, I mean, not even Nedved, Trezegay, the guy had instincts, right position at the right time. So if we're talking about corners, that was his speciality, near post.
Yeah.
He will make the run off the defender, act like the defender's not even there, take them out, bow.
Yeah, he's one of the best finishers I think I've ever seen.
Facts.
So I think we're both saying Del Piero in this one.
Yeah.
In this one.
You get me?
Yeah.
See, we can agree on stuff. You get me?
We can
agree on stuff.
100.
Next one, Joe Cole or Jack Grealish. Like, he was better in their prime. Obviously, we're going to talk about it, innit? You get me?
Now, alright, cool. I want to start off by saying, listen, Jack Grealish is one of my favourite players.
Facts.
In fact, I don't think I've liked a player like Jack Grealish like this for such a long time. Him, Neymar, I've always got time for them. I always back them. I would personally pick Jack Grealish. That's just because.
Thank you very much.
That's just because I prefer.
Thank you very much.
I prefer him to Joe Cole. And I know people's gonna try and rub him out because of his stats at City. Because of his stats, I know people's gonna try and rub him out because of what's happened at Man City. But I actually
that's
think,
the thing.
I actually think for the role that he's got at City, I think he's doing a better job than people realise. And also, I think Pep maybe is just misusing him. And I think sometimes it's not like people always make it seem like some guys can't manage playing at big teams, and it's not always that. Sometimes a manager at a big team doesn't necessarily know how to use you. Sometimes a manager can just kill your creativity because Pep's very systematic in what he wants his attackers to do. And you can see with Jack Grealish, he's best when he's just got freedom and he's just allowed to be himself. And so I just want to get that out there because I just think Jack Grealish, even with everything, is a great creative player, and I just think that when Jack Grealish is able to be himself, there's not. I actually think he's the best, but I actually think he's England's best and most talented player in my opinion, or most technically gifted. One of them anyway. Let me say most, but I think he's one of England's most technically gifted players, and I just think that he had a certain creative edge that I don't think somebody like Joe Cole had. I think Joe Cole could probably match him for like skills
and that. I was just gonna say that.
Step overs and things like that.
But other than that, Joe Cole's not saying much.
But I don't think Joe Cole can really speak to Jack Grealish. That's just
you're talking facts, bro. What I would say about Joe Cole, he changed the English, he changed the way of playing in terms of English players. Yeah. Because with Joe Cole, what other player at the time could you say? Yeah, they were banging step overs. That wasn't really an English thing like that.
Yeah, and that is actually a valid point. You know, English players didn't really have that level of skill. You had Letizia, you had Gaza, but they were always like dime a dozen. They were always there was always
obviously you have English players now that are doing step overs like Jadon Sancho and that, but I'm talking more in Joe Cole's time. That stuff for an English player them times was almost like unheard of. Yeah. You get me? But moral of the story is, even though I'm bigging up Joe Cole's thing, long story short, bruv, Jack Grealish is better. You get me?
I think so.
100.
I prefer Jack Grealish, man.
Yeah, man.
Listen, I was Grealish FC before, like 95% of football fans. I'm still Grealish FC.
Bruv.
I still think. Hopefully, if Pep allows Grealish to just be himself, I do think you're going to see more from him in the future, and people will look at Grealish and go, okay, do you know what? He's actually an amazing player.
Facts. Because even, bruv, the way Grealish kept Aston Villa up, almost single-handedly, bruv.
Yeah, he did.
Do you know what I'm saying? That's not easy, to carry the whole team on your shoulders like that.
He did, and he was legit one of the best players in the Prem.
Facts.
In that period for a good couple of years.
That's what I'm saying. Plus, the reason why we're not seeing the best of Grealish at City, Klopp. Guardiola's not using him effectively. He's not playing him in his right position.
Facts, and just giving him the right role, giving him the freedom he needs.
That's it.
And I actually think that City's centre forward and left back issues is also a factor as to why he's not playing well. But I think Pep will realise. But I think Pep will probably get there. Probably look to use Grealish century next year. Get rid of Bernardo Silva, or just play Silva as or play Grealish as a 10, and maybe just use him that way. And I think he'll be better next year. So yeah, man, that's it for that comparison. Who's the next one?
Well, purposely, obviously, the reason I'm doing this, there's two people that I'm going to leave till last. You get me? For entertainment, not even entertainment purposes. You're going to see why, innit? But the next two people on the list is Edwin van der Sar in his prime or Alisson in his prime. Even though Alisson's still in his prime, innit, if you get what I mean, for a goalkeeper.
I can't lie. Alisson for me.
You know what? Before, I would have challenged you and said, nah, never. You get me? It's not adapting. However, Alisson's better on his feet. Because keepers nowadays, a lot of them, they're good with their feet.
Yeah.
You get me? I'm not saying, if we're talking about shot stopping, it may be a different...
I still think it's close though, because I think Alisson in big moments is always pulling off always pulling off like big saves, and some of his shot stopping is absolutely
mad thing, innit?
Yeah, but I kind of feel like, okay, shot stopping is very similar, but I feel like Alisson is just the better footballer.
Yeah, I agree.
And so because of that, I kind of look at it and I kind of go, okay, well, I think they're quite similar in terms of shot stopping, but I think Alisson's distribution is better, and I think Alisson's just a little bit more commanding. But then that will come down to we'll touch onto who later. But I think I think you know who
100
got something to do with that as well.
Yeah, it comes into it sort of thing.
Yeah.
100.
Both of them guys for me are like the presence of Liverpool.
I would, if that, like I said, if I was talking based on before, I would say Van der Sar. However, football's changed. Let's be real, yeah. Like, if for me, as a goalkeeper, if you're good on your feet, yeah, that's a big thing, you know. Because not many many goalkeepers now have to be good with their feet.
Yeah.
If you're not good on your feet as a goalkeeper now, you're in trouble.
Facts.
That, like, as a goalkeeper, if you're not good with your feet, you have error written all over your forehead.
Yeah, because teams press so much more.
Exactly.
You know, you need to be able to play out from the back. It just helps for basic build up. So Alisson for me. But listen, I respect Van der Sar. If someone said to me Van der Sar, I hear it. I understand.
We're both saying Alisson, by the way. You get me? Last but not bumper least, yeah. You see this one here? I left it like till last on purpose, innit? Look at him smiling, fam. This guy, fam. Yeah, cool. He was better in their prime. Obviously, Van Dijk is still in his prime, but I'm just gonna ask the question anyway because it's a debate, innit? It's good to create conversation.
And watch all the old football historians get mad.
Man said historians. I'm dying.
Iconic. No, go on, land it. What?
Cool. Who's better? I wouldn't even say who's better. Who's more effective in their prime? Yeah.
That's better.
Virgil van Dijk or Paolo Maldini? Do you want to start or I start?
You can go.
I will start first, yeah. Bearing in mind, man's not trying to rub out Van Dijk's thing. Van Dijk, if we're talking about defenders right now in the game, I don't think anyone can chat to him. I don't think. Maybe there's a couple, but ultimately, I don't think many people can chat to him. However, Maldini, you see when we talk about longevity, and I was talking about longevity with Scholes previously, yeah? Maldini is the definition of longevity. Man was playing football in the late 80s, bruv. Till, when did Maldini retire again? Like what, 04, 05 or something like that?
Yeah, cool. Go on.
You get me? It's not even that, bro. Maldini is an adaptable baller. Maldini started off as a centre-back, yeah? And then later on in his years, he then transitioned to a right-back.
And Van Dijk isn't adaptable.
No, Van Dijk is adaptable. But for me, Maldini does stuff more effectively for me. That's just my opinion. You get me?
Yeah, listen, I'm high on Maldini, very high on Maldini, but I just think again, it's just this iconism thing. Oh, Maldini, Italian defender. Oh my god, it's like You know, it is. I don't want to completely rub out Maldini's thing, but
Yeah.
I just think what Virgil van Dijk brings in terms of just being a raw centre back, he has everything. Power. He's got size. He's physically imposing.
That I agree with.
Anticipation, quick, agile, great ball player. Yeah. I actually think Van Dijk could play probably any outfield position on the pitch, and I think he'd be comfortable. That's why I don't necessarily subscribe to the whole adaptable thing. I'm not saying Maldini isn't. I'm not saying because he's an adaptable player. I think, but I think Van Dijk is as well. And I think, realistically, I think a lot of the old heads and a lot of Italians and things like that, they're going to say, "Oh yeah, Maldini's better." Cool, he might be, but I think we're all taking Van Dijk's actual prime for granted. That's what I'm saying.
I was gonna say, sorry to cut you off here, bro. I was gonna say, this is not me rubbing out Van Dijk's thing in any way, shape, or form. You know, Van Dijk is world class. I'm just saying, when it comes to like him and Maldini, it's a different thing, but it's not far fetched. Like, one's not way better than the other. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you know. Also as well, let's not forget.
Yeah.
This season alone, Van Dijk can still do a quadruple. And if Liverpool do a quadruple, then what people
argument's dead. I'll be real. Argument's dead.
Then what people say?
100.
You know what I'm trying to say? If Van Dijk does that, then you have to at some point look at him and go, do you know what? Now he's one of the best defenders we've ever seen.
You know what?
Because he is to me.
I'll add on to your point as well, bro. I'll add on to your point. If Van Dijk manages to do all of that, I'm sorry. As much as I would hate to say it, we have to end the argument there.
And also, I want to touch on something because again, this is very important. We also need to remember that Van Dijk has always been Van Dijk. Man, try and make it seem like he was only this guy at Liverpool. He was. Listen, I watched him from Celtic.
Facts.
He was cold.
I watched Southampton.
Cold. He was one of the best in the league. Van Dijk has always been Van Dijk.
Yeah, he's always been that guy.
Van Dijk's always been the guy, in my opinion. He's always been a top 3, top 5 in his league. And in his respective position.
Facts, fam. You're not capping, bruv. You're not.
He's always been that guy. Man, want to make it seem like, Van Dijk's only really done it recently. No.
Whoever says that is chatting shit, by the way.
And the thing is, out of Maldini and Van Dijk, the main reason I actually get into Van Dijk, and I'll be real, this is the main reason, is because Van Dijk is a far superior athlete. If you put Van Dijk level, if you put a Van Dijk level defender and a Van Dijk level athlete in the 80s, he's crunching all of them attackers because he's going to be
facts.
He's going to be 5 yards quicker. Yeah. He's going to be winning basically nearly every header. People forget all of these things.
No, what you're saying holds weight because the reason why I make you right, because the nutrition back then was totally different to the nutrition now.
It is now.
Back then, people were just eating anything coming to play ball. Even man like George Best. George Best is a legend, let's be real. However, man was turning up to football matches yacked, fam. My man was yacked, fam.
Yeah. Well, what I will say is this. And the things like I hear your point as to why you say Maldini, because I feel like maybe like Maldini from a mental point of view seems to make, well, from when I was watching him anyway,
it's been time, innit?
Yeah, he made less errors than VVD. So I actually hear it. Like maybe on the basis of pure defender. But my thing is, like when we're talking about, and this is gonna sound weird now.
No, go on, talk your shit, bro.
You'll kind of get what I mean.
You get me?
When we're talking about centre backs, you can't just look at like the raw defending. You have to look at everything else.
Everything as a package.
Yeah, because of how football is today and things like that. You have to look at like who's the better athlete. You have to look at who's better on the ball and things like that. Maldini was fantastic on the ball, but as an athlete, he can't speak.
He can't chat to Van Dijk.
And I honestly think if Maldini was playing in today's world,
it will get techie for him, innit?
I'm not even saying he won't be.
You're not wrong, bro.
I'm not saying he won't be able to cope. I'm just saying the way people would look at Maldini would be very, very, very different. I think Maldini would have a lot more trouble. He was facing the likes of, if he was facing Messi and he was facing Neymar's and Mbappe's and those kind of defenders, those kind of ballers. I do think Maldini would struggle a lot.
No, he would.
I do think he's stronger.
No, he would.
He'd still be elite.
Yeah.
He'd still be very, very.
But
very
he just wouldn't be as good as.
No, I don't think he'd be as good. I don't think he'd be as effective. That's what it is. It's
as effective.
Yeah, it's an effectiveness. I think Van Dijk's got an effectiveness to which I can't really just ignore. So you know what? I'm happy to kind of concede because I do feel like maybe Maldini just as a raw defender is better, but I feel like Van Dijk's more complete.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Maybe that's maybe how I worded it and how I approached it was kind of wrong. Maybe Maldini's the better defender, but I do feel like Van Dijk is the more complete defender of the two.
Yeah, even though I might be saying it from a nostalgic point of view, innit? Which certain players, I'm not gonna lie, I do tend to do that. Even you was having this discussion man said offline, like it's like I'm on Facebook or something. When we was off camera, you was even saying it yourself. You have nostalgic bias to certain players too.
Yeah.
You get me? But that's normal though. But we also need to acknowledge football has changed.
Yeah, football has evolved, and that's for me. That's why when I think about all these modern players, all these modern greats, I have to factor that in. I have to factor in. Okay, well, look at the position they play in. Look at the respective positions. How has it changed? What's the demand?
It's changed.
What things are now more important? Because back in Maldini's days, you didn't necessarily need to be like a 6 foot plus centre back. Now, if you're like 6'1" and playing centre back, that's a problem for a team. You're deemed as too small.
Facts.
Back then, you wasn't deemed too small for that.
Plus, it's mad because another reason why I make you right within what we're talking about as well, right back. The position of playing a right back is changed.
Completely different.
Before, you can defend as a right back, not necessarily bomb forward. Now you have to bomb forward too,
and you have to be good. And you have to be good on the ball.
Exactly.
You have to make smart decisions. You have to help build up in all areas of the pitch. Do you know what I mean? The demands are completely different.
Go on.
What I was going to say is, if you kind of don't, if you miss all of that, you'll just get into these kind of like ignorant ways of looking at things. Because I was like that, and then. And then I had to deep it like, no, but football's changed and I have to remember what football's actually like. And I remember watching some old football and I'm thinking, it's cool. They like all of them old guys, like what like the kind of goals and stuff that I'm seeing, the kind of play that I'm seeing, I'm thinking, but that probably wouldn't work.
Yeah, bear the goals that you see from back then, they're mad preventable. Mad preventable.
A lot of them. Wouldn't happen now. Do you know what I mean? If those goals happening now, you'd be pissed off with it. But back then, that was acceptable. That was the norm. That was how football was. Now, if we saw some of those goals, you'll be rubbing those guys out.
Facts. Even to add on to it, wingers, for instance, have to
score way more.
Exactly. Yeah, that too. Yeah, but wingers have always needed pace. Yeah, cool. But now you don't just take the ball, cut in, dribble, step over, come back. No, now you need to be able to link up play as well.
Yeah, you do.
You get me? Link up play. It's not just for strikers and midfielders and that, you know. As a winger, you have to play your part as well.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah, and that's the thing. And so, like I do feel like Van Dijk's more complete than.
Yeah, I agree.
I do feel like
that.
I agree with that. He might not necessarily be a better defender, out and out defender, but I do feel like he's more complete, and I do feel like he's got more traits that I kind of look at and I go, okay, yeah, cool.
Fam.
I take that over what Martin.
100. Fam, I can't lie, this has been a very interesting and an insightful video.
Yeah.
You get me? Also, before you lot go, don't forget to leave a like on this video.
Share,
Come
subscribe,
on.
do all of that. If you want to find me for more of my football opinions, where you feel like I'm just chatting shit and what's not, you can find me at my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
It's T again.
Come on.
Where I'm just talking football and some other stuff's going to be coming soon, but.
Come on, is it the works and is it the pipeline?
In the pipeline.
Trust me.
That will come at a later stage, man.
That's the
Just
thing.
Watch out.
You see me, I like to take care of my people. So if you want to big up your channel on my platform, that's not an issue. You get me? Me, I'm a people's person. You get me? So if you're doing this, plugging yourself on my channel, do that all day long, because at the end of the day, that's an opportunity for people to go on your channel and say, "Rah, I came from Capone's channel to come to you." Now they'll start subscribing to you. At the end of the day, it's all about how we market ourselves. So
for sure,
you get me. But yeah, man, literally, other than that, it's been your boy Wits Capone.
It's T again.
Come on. And we're out.